Hey guys and gals, everybody. It's Coach Jason. I'm going to be posting today a video that's geared towards breaking 130 for the half marathon. I've already posted a sub 2-hour training plan and a sub 145 hour training plan, and I will also be posting a sub 115 half marathon training program. So 4 total in increments of 15 minutes. I'm doing the same thing for the marathon, sub 4, sub 330, sub 3, and sub 230, 3 of which I've already posted. I just have the sub 230 to go. I encourage you to take a look at them if it's something that you're either looking to do as a next goal or something in the near or long-term future, or whether you want to run a half on the way to a marathon or so on and so forth. I encourage you to look at the videos. You'll see a gradual progression over time between one to the next. As you get fitter, the goals go down to the next level or go up to the next level, and your ability to run faster and your ability to handle more work becomes that more evident. So you'll see the progression over time as you gain more fitness and experience of how I kind of lay out the program. You will notice a lot of similarities, easy Mondays, off days plugged in here and there based on training volume, and you'll see the training volume go up over time and the off days becoming a little bit less frequent. You'll see runs get longer, you'll see workouts get longer, and but again, this program can be used as a guide or a template for you as a coach or as an athlete to modify based on your own lifestyle and training preferences and your health and training partners, running environment, weather, and your own schedule based on how much time you can actually allocate to train. So I encourage you to take a look at them. I have designated paces here based on paces that I've designated using certain running calculators as well as 20 years of coaching experience. I've posted videos, you can find them on YouTube for how to set up your training paces, how to improve your half marathon, 10K, and marathon, using a 1-mile time trial to determine training paces for 3K, 5K, and half mile and quarter mile, and what a half marathon performance equivalates to a full marathon and a 10K, and how to set training paces for everything accordingly. So the training paces that I'm utilizing here are geared towards breaking breaking 130 for the half marathon, which is about 6:52 per mile. It's the same 6:52 per mile that you would use to get under 3 hours for the full marathon, but the path to getting there are both different. So just keep those things in mind. Okay. You'll notice too over here, and I'm going to point this out now so I don't stop while we're going over the training, is you'll see a bike and cross train day every week, once per week. I encourage 40 to 50 minutes of activity. But that being said, if you want to add some more running volume, you can substitute that with a run day every week or every other week, depending on what your preference is. I tend to lean on the conservative side for training volume because it's much easier to scale up than it is having to scale down once you're already experiencing some aches and pains or injuries. So I'd much rather give you the flexibility to add training volume instead of having to adjust because you get hurt or someone you're coaching has got hurt. So keep that in mind as well. And you'll see full off days every other week in my training program here as well. So, all right, let's get to it. Week 1, 5 miles on Monday. Tuesday, 2-mile warm-up drills and strides. 8 by 100 meter uphill runs. I've said this before in my other videos. You're focusing on leaning into the hill. Good arm pump, getting the knees up, running off the balls of your feet. When you can lean into the hill but keep your body upright, and focus on trying to maintain as consistent of a stride pattern going up as you were on the flats. And you're not necessarily going to be going and completely sprinting the flats because that's not what you're going to do in a marathon, okay, or a half marathon. You're going to be kind of maintaining pace and then trying to maintain as you go over. The shorter the hills are, if you have a 30 or 40, 50 or 50 meter hill, and they're steeper, those are ones that you attack hard, fast. These are ones they'll get longer. You focus on going up gradually and staying as efficient as possible. Okay, so jog down recovery to keep aerobic. 2-mile cool down. 5 miles on Wednesday. Bike and cross train on Thursday. 40 to 50 minutes of activity. 3 miles with the third mile of it at half marathon pace, which is 6:48 to 6:44. It's a little bit faster than half marathon pace. I'm training you to run in about 127. 126, 127, 128 range to give you a little bit of margin of error, which will put you in a better position to get under 3 hours for the marathon as well. So So the third mile, and then afterward you're going to run 5 by 150-meter strides with a jog equal recovery just to get the legs turning over. Okay. Then a 6-mile long run on Saturday, off day on Sunday. The long runs will go up. You'll notice here they'll get a bit longer. This is with the understanding that you're at the point where you've either run several half marathons or have built up your long runs or have built up enough volume training for 10Ks and moving up that you can handle these long runs. But again, if you need to adjust, you adjust. It's easier to go over distance with a long run for a half than it is on a marathon. So you can easily go 15, 16 miles when training for a half marathon. Much easier than you can go 30 miles training for a marathon. Okay, so it's just something to keep in mind. Week 2, 5 miles on Monday, consistent easy day on Monday. Tuesday, 2-mile warm-up drills and strides. Now it's 8 by 200 meters on the flat. Okay, we're alternating hills and then flat running alternate week. At 5K pace with an equal jog recovery, which in this case is 45 to 46 seconds per rep. 2-mile cool down. 5 miles on Wednesday. Bike and cross train on Thursday. Friday, 2-mile warm-up drills and strides. I'm going to go 2 times a 2-mile with a 2-minute recovery at the goal half marathon pace. 6:48 to 6:44 per mile. Okay, and then you're going to do 4 by 200 meters with a jog equal recovery at 3K pace, which is slightly faster, 43 to 44 seconds per rep. You won't go any faster than really 5K or 3K pace for any extended efforts. You don't really need to when you're training for a half marathon or a marathon. You will see some short, fast strides, but no, full-out 400-meter pace sprinting is not really a need for with these being 90 to 95% aerobic. But that doesn't mean we ignore short, fast strides. Just the emphasis is a little bit different. 2-mile cool down. 8-mile long run on Saturday. 3 miles easy on Sunday. Week 3, 5 miles on Monday. Tuesday, 2-mile warm-up drills and strides. Now 8 by 200 meters uphill. Okay, same focus on the knee drive, the pump in the arm, balls your feet, staying upright, maintaining efficient stride pattern, jog equal down recovery to keep it aerobic, and then you're going to run 5 by 50 meters flat afterward just to get your legs turning over after being fatigued from running hills. Okay, go walk back is fine. 2-mile cool down. 6 miles on Wednesday, that's going to be the intermediate run, so you'll see a second run that's not as long as the long run, but it'll be an intermediate run that'll have you on your legs for an extended period of time in one run, just to get you used to running long. Okay. Bike and cross train Thursday. Friday, 4 miles. Saturday, a 10-mile long run. Okay, with the 6th and the 7th mile at 10K pace, which is slightly faster at 6:30 to 6:25 per mile. Okay, and the rest of it's just at a nice steady pace. And again, you can determine the steady and the easy runs by using Biorack. You can watch my videos, or you can use a training calculator. I have all the paces set out based on what you would run for these events. Or again, you can look at the Daniels running calculator. It's a good calculator. Okay. Off day on Sunday. So alternating weeks, you have an off day. Okay. Week 4, 5 miles on Monday, 2-mile warm up on Tuesday. Then you're going to do 2 miles at half marathon pace, so 6:45 to 6:40. Okay, a little bit faster. 5-minute jog, or 5-minute easy active jog recovery. Then you're going to run 8 by 400 meter efforts with a 200-meter jog at 5K pace, which is 132 to 133 per rep. 2-mile cool down. Okay. Get you doing a hard bout of effort, these 400s, after doing 2 miles at pace, so your heart rate will be up before you do those efforts. 6 miles on Wednesday. Bike and cross train on Thursday. Friday, 2-mile warm-up drills and strides, and 4 miles at half marathon pace, 6:48 to 6:44 per mile. 4-minute recovery, then 5 by 300 meters with a 200-meter jog at 3K pace, 64 to 66 per rep. 2-mile cool down. 8-mile long run on Saturday. 3 miles on Sunday. Notice this is just a few seconds faster than that. That's just because it's a shorter effort on the half marathon pace in preparation for something a little bit faster. So no other reason. Okay, so you notice here we're starting to beef up the long run, starting to add a little bit to the intermediate run, and we're introducing hill repeats and flat and fast speed development, along with some half marathon pace running, which will gradually increase over this program. Okay, so let's take this down now. And let's go to the next block of of 4 weeks, weeks 5 through 8. Okay, so week 5, 5 miles on Monday. Tuesday, 2-mile warm-up drills and strides, 2 miles at half marathon pace, so 6:48 to 6:44, 3-minute recovery, then 6 by 400 meter uphill runs afterward, with a jog equal recovery back down, and then 3 by 150 meters on the flat, with a jog equal recovery just to get your legs turning over. So 3 different dynamics here. A sort of a half marathon or a tempo effort to get the heart rate up. Then we go into the hard bout of training, and then we even it back off to get you back into a flat running rhythm. 2-mile cool down. 7 miles intermediate run on Wednesday, bike and cross training Thursday. 2-mile warm up drills and strides on Friday. 2 by 2.5 miles now, so a little bit longer these reps at half marathon pace, 6:48 to 6:44. So that's 5 miles of total running at half marathon pace, and then 4 by 400 meters afterward at 5K pace, 133 to 134 per rep, with a 2-mile cool down. Just some faster running after doing half marathon pace. So the dynamic will be there. You'll see some of that switched around later on in the training as well. 10-mile long run on Saturday, and then 5 by 50 meter strides afterward to get you turning over when the legs are already fatigued. Okay, and then a total off day on Sunday. Before I go any further, with the long runs, I encourage you to check the half marathon map that you're going to run, the course map. If it's rolling, I encourage you to do at least half of your long runs on a rolling area, and even some of your workouts in a rolling area. Simulate the course as much as you possibly can, okay? Because there will be a variation in the pace range, and if you're going to be averaging 6:52s, there might be some miles where you're running 7:15s, there might be some where you're running 6:20s. So it's important to get that feel going over uneven ground, whereas opposed to on the flats where you can kind of lock into a pace range, and it's easier to either go even or go progressively faster, which is where benefits of progression runs come in. So I encourage you to do that. Okay, so off day on Sunday. Week 6, 5 miles on Monday, 2-mile warm-up on Tuesday, drills and strides, 2 miles at half marathon pace again, 6:48, 6:44, let's get the heart rate up. And then 8 by 800 meters efforts at threshold pace with a 1-minute recovery. And at this particular juncture, it's 3:19 to 3:16 per rep. That's the appropriate threshold pace for getting under 1:30 for the half marathon. Okay, 2-mile cool down. So now we're introducing some threshold running along with hill running. Okay, 7 miles on Wednesday, bike and cross train Thursday, 3 miles easy on Friday. Saturday, a 12-mile long run. In this long run, okay, you're going to go a few miles first, and then we're going to do 5 by 6 minute efforts at half marathon pace, 6:48 to about 6:26. So it's going to be actually half marathon down to about 10K pace. Okay, each 6-minute effort will get a little bit faster along the way. Okay, and then you're going to do 5 by 1 minute hard and 1 minute easy at about 5K pace. Okay, so 133 to 134 per 400 meter effort. If you need to eyeball it, if you don't have a Garmin watch or something like that, if you don't have distances where if you're not doing it on a track, which is totally fine, I encourage you to do a lot of these on the trails or the roads. Just go 1 minute hard, 1 minute easy by feel, because it's important to develop a rhythm without having to rely on a track or an accurate distance as well. So that's part of the long run. Pace adjusting, or surging and coming back to, and surging and coming back, surging and coming back. It's an important part of the long run. Throws a different dynamic in there. 4 miles on Sunday. Week 7, 5 miles on Monday. Tuesday, 2-mile warm-up drills and strides. Now 5 continuous miles at half marathon pace. Put those two pieces together now. 6:48 to 6:44. 3-minute recovery. And then you're going to do 1 hard mile at 10K pace with 6:29 to 6:25 per mile. And then a 2-mile cool down to get you doing something hard after that block of marathon, at half marathon pace. Okay, it also helps simulate accelerating towards the latter part of a race or a run. Okay, 8 miles on Wednesday, bike and cross train on Thursday, 4 miles easy on Friday. Saturday, a 10-mile progression run now. It's just going to be from 8 minutes down to 6:45 per mile, gradual progression, and then 5 by 100 meter strides with a jog equal recovery afterward, and then an off day on Sunday. So you notice a pattern of going hard at least twice a week, whether it be 2 workouts or a workout and a long run with some quality in there. Okay. Week 8, 5 miles on Monday. Tuesday, 2-mile warm-up drills and strides. Now we're going 7 by 1,000 meter at threshold. So we went from 7 by 800 up to 8 by 800, excuse me, to 7 by 1,000. So 6,400 meters of volume to about 7,000 meters of volume. Okay, at the same threshold pace with 1 minute recovery. So in this case, it's going to be 408 to 404 per 1,000 meter rep. Take a 3-minute recovery after the last one, and then do another 1,000 meter rep hard at about 10K pace or a little bit harder. And then a 2-mile cool down. Again, simulating going hard when you're already fatigued. 8 miles on Wednesday, bike and cross train Thursday, 3 miles on Friday, so you notice a nice couple recovery days in between each hard effort. Okay. Saturday, a 12-mile long run, and this time we're going to add 6 by 6 minute efforts now between half marathon pace to 10K pace, which is 6:48 to 6:25 per mile. Okay. And then 5 by 1 minute and 30 seconds hard by 1 minute and 30 second, by 1 minute easy, 1 minute easy at approximately the same 5K pace. So you get almost a quarter mile in. If you want to go 133 to 134 just to round it out, totally fine. Okay, that's also part of the 12-mile long run. So you get a good quality long run. And then 4 miles easy on Sunday. So different dynamics here. Each block of training, you'll notice some different dynamics to minimize the amount of redundancy and to keep you engaged into the training. Looking forward to something new. Okay, so now let's take this down. And the last 4 weeks segment, okay, weeks 9 through 12. Now we get down to it. Okay, week 9, 5 miles on Monday. Tuesday, 2-mile warm-up drills and strides. Now you're going to do 1.5 mile effort at half marathon pace, 6:48 to 6:44. Then take a 3-minute recovery. And then we're going to run 8 by 400 meter uphill efforts, jog equal back down, and then we're going to bookend it on the other end with another 1.5 mile effort at half marathon pace, 6:48 to 6:44. So not only are we getting the heart rate up in the beginning, but we're leveling you back to the pace to see how well you can handle it after running a hard batch of training in the middle, okay, to see how well you can handle that. 2-mile cool down. 9 miles, intermediate run Wednesday, bike and cross train on Thursday. 4 miles and 5 by 50 meter strides on Friday. And then on Saturday, a 10-mile long run with the 8th and the 9th mile at 6:30 to 6:25 per mile. So nice hard 2-mile block at the end of your 10-mile run. Okay, off on Sunday. Week 10, 5 miles on Monday. 2-mile warm-up on Tuesday, drills and strides. We're going to increase the amount of threshold running again. We're going 7 by 1,200 now. Same exact pace. But now it's going to be 1:15 recovery, so we added 15 seconds. There's going to be a little bit more volume at that same pace. We're building the amount of threshold running that you do. Okay. In this case, it's going to be 4:59 to 4:54 per effort. After that, we're going to do 6 by 400 meters and take a 3-minute recovery after the last effort, and then go 6 by 400 meters with a 200-meter jog at 3K pace, which is basically 129 to 130 or 89 to 90 per rep. 2-mile cool down. This is the last real hard workout, a little meaty workout. Okay, 10 miles on Wednesday, bike and cross train on Thursday, 4 miles easy on Friday with a 5 by 50 meter strides to get you turning over. Saturday, 12-mile long run, your last 12. And we're going to go miles 7, 8, 9, and 10 at half marathon pace. Goal 6:48 to 6:44. Again, locking into that pace now towards the end of a longer run. Okay, 4 miles easy on Sunday. Week 11, 5 miles on Monday. Tuesday, 2-mile warm-up, drills and strides. 3 miles at half marathon pace, 6:48 to 6:44. Heart rate up. A 4-minute jog recovery. Then I'm going to go 2 times a mile with a 3-minute jog in between each at 10K pace, 6:30 to 6:25. And then 4 by 100 meter strides afterward with a jog equal recovery, just turn over. By feel, no pace goal. 2-mile cool down. 9 miles on Wednesday, bike and cross train Thursday. 4 mile easy on Friday with 5 by 50 meter strides. Notice those strides now coming in more frequently every week. On Saturday, 9-mile long run with miles 6th, 7th, and 8th at 6:45 to 6:35 per mile, a little bit faster than half marathon pace. And then off on Sunday. So we're kind of getting a little bit tighter as we go down in volume, very slightly. The taper isn't as drastic for the half as it is for the marathon in the last 2 weeks. But you'll see we incorporate a little bit more half marathon pace running with a little bit faster running as well. Off on Sunday. So week 12, race week. 5 miles on Monday. Tuesday, 2-mile warm-up drills and strides. And you're just going to go 5 by 800 meter efforts with a 2-minute recovery at 324 to 312 per rep. Okay, about 648 per mile down to 624, 625 per mile. 2-mile cool down. Lower volume, just to keep the body moving. You want to keep that consistent pattern of going hard every few days, even on race week, so that the body doesn't go out of rhythm. Okay. 7 miles on Wednesday, 5 by 50 meter strides. Bike and cross train Thursday, 3 miles easy on Friday, and then Saturday's go time. About a 1 to 2 mile warm up, especially if you're going to be running one in the fall. The weather's going to be cool, so I encourage you to do a little bit of a warm up to get the heart rate up and to get the body a little bit warmer and the legs loose. Drills and strides only as needed, and then your half marathon race, and then a 1 to 2 mile cool down based on what you're doing. If you can only do a few minutes, that's fine as well. I would encourage you to do something just to get the legs. The legs will probably feel a little bit heavy after a half marathon. And then a 3 to 4 mile shakeout the following day to really shake out some of the junk in the legs after the race. And then if you decide to take a week off or a couple days or do a couple weeks easy running afterward, that's totally fine. It's completely up to you. So I hope this program is helpful. I hope you notice some different patterns of training. Incorporated some different things, whether it be threshold running, which is an important part of training. It's good to introduce it in anywhere you go, whether you're training for middle distances or half marathon or the marathon, as well as specific pace running and some speed development like 3K and 5K. So you've got some VO2 max running. You've got a lot of the ingredients you need for a successful half marathon, and to also set you up to run a better marathon later, or to go drop down in volume, or to take another step towards a faster half marathon after that. So I hope this is helpful. If you find this content valuable, please subscribe to my page. You'll see down below, and click the like button as well. You're not going to receive a lot of notifications or emails every time I post something. By clicking subscribe and like, it just ensures that anytime you search for something specific and I happen to post a video that relates to it, it shows up in your search and you're able to access it, particularly if you've accessed my other videos and liked the other videos. I want to make sure that you get valuable content. So I also have an Instagram page as Black Belt Running Coach. I drop a lot of running content on there as well. And I have an email, it's blackbeltrunningcoach@gmail.com. If you need any specific guidance of any kind, don't hesitate to reach out. I'd be more than happy to help. Have a great season, great racing, and let's go get 'em.